May I come in, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sirs. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
You are Chahat Bajpayee.
Yes, sir.
You are from Madhya Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
You did your graduation from IIT Kanpur.
Yes, sir.
Which year did you pass out?
Sir, 2016.
And thereafter?
Sir, I am full-time devoted to civil services preparation.
Chahat, tell me one thing. You have done your graduation in electrical engineering from a prestigious institute like IIT Kanpur with such a fantastic CGPA, 9+ CGPA. It's very difficult to come. Such a bright engineer. Why did you not pursue a career in engineering?
Sir, I would say one thing, that my good academic record, more than anything else, it suggests my self-discipline and my sincerity. Sir, and I would say that government, like any other organization, also need meritorious students.
But don't you think that your 4 years knowledge which you have acquired, that should be put use to a specialized sector where you have the domain knowledge? Civil services is meant for generalists. Anybody can do good in civil services, but anybody cannot be a good engineer. You could be a very good engineer in your area. So it did not occur to you that no, instead of civil services, my future lies in the engineering side?
Sir, I would say one thing, that even in civil services, we need professionals from all the fields, because it is the administration is related to a work that requires the people from all the sectors of the society, like be it from medical or be it from arts background or engineering background. And I would say, sir, becoming a civil servant is more of a childhood dream to me, and the IIT came much later.
Okay, so you wanted to join civil services through this IIT route, isn't it? Okay, it's all right. Chahat, that one question bothers me, that although you are a brilliant engineer also, but why our country is not producing engineers like you?
Sir, I would say that there are many very good engineering institutes in our country, and our country is producing a lot of very talented engineers, because like in Silicon Valley, it is said that Indians actually dominate.
I'm not talking of the Silicon Valley. Let us focus on our own country. 30%, 40% engineers are not even employable in our country. You'll agree with me?
Yes, sir.
So we are churning out engineers like a machine, like a factory, and after passing out, they are not getting any job in the market. Why this mismatch is there?
So true, the problem that you are pointing out, that is indeed a problem, and to some extent the blame lies on the fact that in many of the institutes, apart from the premier institutes like IITs, NITs, IIITs, their funding is less, their infrastructure is poor, there is lack of faculty, and to some extent there is a problem in that regard. And secondly, sir, I would say that the practical experience which need to be given to engineers, that is not given.
So to say, there is a mismatch between academics and your job demand requirement. Okay. We have been hearing a lot about women empowerment. What do you mean by women empowerment?
Sir, women empowerment, according to me, is giving women the choice, that they should be able to exercise their choice in a meaningful manner. For that, there would be some prerequisites, like they should have a good education, they should have a health, they should be healthy. Only then they can exercise their choices meaningfully. So this, according to me, is women empowerment.
Is Indian woman empowered today?
Sir, I would say that we have both the situations. There are women who are independent, who are leading the country, like our defense minister, who are excelling in bureaucracy, who are excelling in all the fields, in sports especially. At the same time, sir, there are women who are denied even the basic things like education. They are not able to complete their education. They are neglected in a home, like they are discriminated with their brothers. So I would say, sir, we have both the extremes in our society.
So how are you going to bridge this gap? Suppose if you get into the Indian administrative service, you know the ground reality that there is a mismatch. How are you going to, what steps will you take to bridge this gap?
So my effort would be in the direction of women-led development that our present government is emphasizing on. And in that regard, sir, giving women their rightful position by means of providing them education, by which I mean that, say for example, if the women drop out after class 9 because the school is far away, then providing them bicycles or providing some assistance to them, providing them some scholarship so that they can continue in school. There have been very notable schemes in this regard, like Ladli Lakshmi Yojana in my own state, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao we have. And secondly, providing the maternity benefits to the women, because at that time their nutritional demands are, they need some special nutritional requirements. For that, the maternity benefits that we have.
Okay, sorry, thank you.
Chahat, Madhya Pradesh is the second largest state area-wise, and I think 10th largest state population-wise. I'm correct?
Sir, I'm not sure with regard to population-wise, but
area-wise you are correct. I'm correct. Okay, and Chhattisgarh, that is 10th largest area-wise and 16th population-wise.
I'm not sure about that, sir.
You are not sure about that. Can you compare the development in both the states, like development taking place in Chhattisgarh as well as Madhya Pradesh? Just compare it.
Sir, one of the very stark difference between the two is, in Madhya Pradesh, still the agriculture is its unique selling product. It leads country in variety of agricultural products like soya bean, pulses, garlic. On the other hand, sir, the industries have developed, especially the mineral-based industries have developed very fast in Chhattisgarh, like coal, iron and steel, especially in towns like Korba, Bhilai. So that is a very stark difference. Another difference would be, sir, like Naxalism as a problem is almost completely eliminated from Madhya Pradesh. That problem still exists in Chhattisgarh. So that poses a hurdle in the development. That is a big hurdle in the development of the region.
Can you compare the two states on the basis of literacy rate as well as sex ratio? Yes.
Sir, as far as the sex ratio is concerned, I think it is higher in Chhattisgarh, but I am not exactly aware of the...
You have not taken care to go through these things.
Actually, I have gone through it, but I cannot recall very well.
And what about India? What is the literacy rate on all India basis?
Sir, on all India basis, as per census 2011, it is 74%.
74%.
Yes, sir.
No problem. There is one survey, that is National Family Health Survey. Do you have any idea about this?
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about child marriage as reported by this survey.
So the last survey reports were released after 2015-16. And as far as I remember, it reported that almost 1/3 of the child brides are there. 1/3 of the women were married before they turned 18, and that is the data in this regard.
Which is the area witnessing most examples of, or many examples of, child marriage? Do you have any idea?
I think, sir, it is Rajasthan which has been witnessing maximum.
Are you sure? Earlier it used to be Rajasthan, but now. Do you remember any district having maximum child marriages according to that survey?
No, sir.
You don't have that idea. Okay. Have you heard about Murshidabad?
Sorry, sir?
Murshidabad.
No, sir.
You have not heard about Murshidabad. There is this survey also talks about some districts of other states, for example Bihar or even Jharkhand, affected by this child marriage. So how can you stop child marriage? Suggest some measures.
Yes, sir. One of the main reason for child marriages in this region is extreme poverty. Often the child brides are sold for a price because the families are extremely poor. So the first solution would be effective implementation of schemes like Manrega to create livelihood opportunity, extending irrigation cover so that they can so that multiple crop seasons are possible. Sir, another thing that can be very effective is that there are certain occasions like on Tej, as far as I know, when the instances of child marriages increase in the country. So on those special occasions, the administration needs to be extra careful, extra vigilant.
Do you have any act to stop incidence of child marriage?
Sir, I think it is Age of Consent Act that provides 18 years for minimum age of marriage for girls and 21 years for...
Any other act?
Sir, with regard to the provision of rape in IPC, it says that the bride should not be...
Okay, Chahat, thank you.
Thank you,
sir. Chahat.
Yes, sir.
Chahat, before I ask my first question, you like poetry?
Yes, sir.
If you consider your name, Chahat, from that, the poet in you, what are the basic questions you face? I mean, did you ever ask your parents why they named you Chahat, and what is the story behind it? What is the poetry behind it, to be precise?
As far as I know, sir, my mother named me, and I think there was no particular reason in this regard, but because she liked some character in a TV show, and in that regard she named me.
That's it. Chahat, you did your electrical engineering from IIT Kanpur. Can you apprise board members what are the recent development in electrical engineering materials in last 2 decades or so?
So with regard to recent developments in materials, graphene and allotrope of carbon, it is seen as a very promising material. Its applications are seen with regard to batteries also. So if that research succeeds, then we can have phone charging within few minutes. So that is one of the development which is going on. I think, sir, and with regard to development related to materials, there are some progresses being done on lithium-ion batteries also.
It is generally believed that batteries are the biggest problem right now, and almost every electrical engineer is facing this problem because everybody is demanding more power storage capacity. What are theoretical hindrances in it? What is the problem? Why can't we have a battery which can be charged in say half an hour and will run for 10 days? What is the problem? Theoretically, what is the problem?
Sir, theoretically the problem is, like, for example, the most advanced batteries that we have presently is lithium-ion battery. The main problem comes in the availability of lithium. It is a costly metal and rarely available. It's not very...
That's not theoretical problem. Theoretical problem has to do with the theory of the thing. Anyways, Chahat, if you look at the international arena nowadays, who you believe are the most influential women statesmen in the world arena right now? And do you believe that there is a scarcity of actually influential women world leaders in comparison to say 30 years from the past?
Sir, I would say presently two of the most influential women at the international arena are Angela Merkel and the British Prime Minister Theresa May. So, and as far as these are, and I consider them very influential because especially the stand that Germany has taken with regard to EU and with regard to migration, it has been a leader in multilateralism, in promoting multilateralism, and in taking a very humane stand towards refugees.
And me taking an exactly opposite stand on Brexit.
I would say, actually, initially she was not a pro-Brexiter, but what she is taking presently is she is carrying forward her country's will. Like, since this has been passed in referendum, so she is implementing it with full will and defending the interest of her country. So I see her a very strong woman.
Chahat, what do you believe? What are going to be the 3 most important election issues in the 2019?
Sir, the main issues in the elections are going to be, firstly, the farm distress that has been in news since quite a few times. Second would be, sir, with regard to employment. And sir, thirdly, I think the main issue would be with regard to some ongoing problems in the ongoing issues that the opposition is pointing out, like with regard to Rafale deal or something. So I think that can be a very important issue.
Thank you.
Chahat, continuing with the electrical engineering, what are T&D losses?
Ma'am, T&D losses stands for transmission and distribution losses. During transmission of power, these are the losses that occur in the transmission lines, cables, and like during distribution. Say for example, if proper metering is not done and if the people are not paying their bills, then that would be accounted as distribution losses.
Okay, and what is India's scenario? Like, what is the percentage do we lose our electricity in T&D losses?
Presently, ma'am, this figure is around 22 to 24% in our country.
And what is our aim?
We aim to bring it down to below 15%.
Okay. Coming to economics, how has e-commerce changed our retail market and our buying preferences?
With regard to e-commerce, ma'am, it has brought a lot of choices to the consumers, and it has benefited the consumers with regard to various discounts and offers. However, ma'am, this scenario is not so promising for the entire retail market, because the small scale vendors, many of them have lost their livelihood with regard to the discounts, because they could not afford to involve in competitive pricing that the large stakeholders like Amazon and Walmart can.
So should we promote e-commerce? Should we restrict it? Should we regulate it?
Ma'am, regulation, I would say, is the way forward, because a restriction is not a solution, because e-commerce is a reality and it is indeed beneficial for our country if we are able to regulate it properly. Like, I would say, the present norms that were brought about by the government, which restricts the shareholding in the vendors of these companies, and how much percentage of the products they can sell from one particular vendor. Such rules would provide a level playing field to all the vendors, and I think is the way forward.
Okay. Coming to international relations, this US withdrawal from Paris climate deal, what do you think? How does it impact the overall international commitment towards climate change?
I would say US withdrawal from the climate deal was a populist policy and was to some extent an irresponsible behavior from such a major global power. But in this regard, ma'am, I think since all other stakeholders, including India, have taken a leadership position in this regard and have spoken in the favor of the treaty, so I see the future of the treaty is not in danger. And it has also been predicted that after the present government of United States, it might again rejoin the treaty.
Okay, let's take a situation. A girl comes to you for career advice and she points out that she doesn't want to be anything but a housewife. and she is making a very conscious choice in this regard. So what will be your suggestion?
Mom, firstly, I would say that work of a housewife is very important, because a housewife is actually responsible for upbringing of the children who make the future of our country. So if she is making this as a conscious decision, I would welcome it, and I would suggest that if she is completely agree, but I would like to make her aware of some of the possible cons that she might face in the future, like being self-reliant has some advantages, and being financially independent has some advantages. But in this regard, ma'am, if she is making a conscious decision, I think that is a very welcome decision.
Who is your role model in life?
Ma'am, my mother is my role model.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Chahat, have you heard about Digital India Mission?
Yes, sir.
What are the goals of Digital India Mission?
Sir, the main goal of Digital India Mission is to increase the internet penetration in our country. Like, some of the specific goals include to provide optical fiber connection to all the 2.5 lakh gram panchayats, to increase e-governance, and overall to provide other services through common service centers, to provide free Wi-Fi and to the citizens.
Okay, fine. There are many provisions including like IT for jobs and electronic manufacturing. But then we see that because this facility infrastructure are concentrated in the urban area only. So the larger population who is residing in the rural area, they are not getting benefit out of it. So can you suggest some ways by which this can be decentralized to the rural area, where we can generate a job through the IT in rural area, or electronic manufacturing can be done over there?
Yes, sir. One of the main way through which the jobs can be generated in rural area is through opening new common service centers. Like, presently almost 2 lakh common service centers have been opened, and each common service center provide employment to 2 to 3 people. Secondly, sir, with regard to manufacturing, I would say this can be located in tier 2 cities, tier 3 cities, where the labor cost can be brought down.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about Digital India, where we are trying to penetrate to the Gram Panchayat and the lower strata of the population. And then we are also, increasing the volume of the electronic devices that we will put into the place. It is going to create a huge e-waste problem. India is already facing it. So how can we deal with that? What are the plans and policy that we have to curb the e-waste, to safely dispose it off? Can you tell me something about that?
Yes, sir. E-waste is going to be a very big challenge in the coming times. Presently, we have e-waste management rules, which were released in 2016. And in this regard, sir, one of the very good development is that in these rules, it is prescribed that the producer has the responsibility to collect the e-waste. So what they can do is they can initially charge a premium and then refund that amount when that electronic device is returned.
Okay, fine. Let's put a situation, space mission, let's say manned space mission and nuclear power plant. Let's say if we have limited resource and you have to choose one of these two, what will be your take?
I would say, sir, both of them are different technologies and both of them are useful technologies, having their own advantages.
But still you have to prioritize it, first and second then?
If it has to be prioritized, I would prefer nuclear power plant over the manned mission, because to some extent there are uncertainties over the present level of technology for a manned mission. And
are you still uncertain when the Gaganyaan is already in place? By 2022, we are sending it. Are you still uncertain about it?
No, sir, I am not suggesting that. But even ISRO has said that the GSLV Mk3, which is going to be the launcher, it needs to be tested before a man is actually sent through it, because it's a relatively new launch pad. And And secondly, sir, the benefits coming from a nuclear power plant, that would be more tangible and more direct and would go to large number of people.
Okay, fine. Your hobby is jogging?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where do you jog?
Sir, when I am in Delhi, I go to a nearby park or usually on the road.
What is the basic difference between jogging and running?
So the basic difference is with regard to speed. In jogging, the speed is usually less than 6 km per hour. And it is also with regard to the running style, since while running, at least one of the foot is always in the air, while in jogging, this may not be true.
Okay, fine. So,
Chahat, let's take a hypothetical situation. Your first chahat to get into Indian Administrative Service gets fulfilled. You become a member of Indian Administrative Service. Your second chahat of getting a boy of your choice as a life partner also gets fulfilled. And you are married to a person who is also a member of the Indian Administrative Service. Now the issue is that both of you are posted in one state. That state is predominantly rural or semi-urban in nature. Now you have a kid who needs to be sent to school. The area where you are working doesn't have good schools to give quality education. How will you deal with this situation?
Firstly, sir, if I am a public servant and if the area does not have good school, then directly the responsibility comes on me that I am not able to ensure good school for the children in the neighborhood. I would say, sir, in such a situation, it would be rightful on my part to send my child to that same government school, the same school in the area, which I am able to ensure for the people in the region. So, till the time, sir, the good educational institution actually comes there, I would send my child to that school.
But you will not realize that by the time this child grows in age and becomes adult, he will hold you responsible for not giving quality education?
I would say, sir, school does play a very important role, and but apart from that, and most importantly, sir, only having very technical knowledge, only having knowledge among computers is not what education is. Even by being in a government school, by being with other students, he or she can learn many lessons in life.
Okay, Chahat, one last question. You write poetry or you recite poetry or you do both?
Sir, I write poems.
Can you tell us one or two lines of poetry which you have written and which is very close to your heart?
Sir, I have written a poem titled Young Minds. Yesterday I saw hordes running for a cause. As time flew, nothing seemed to pause. Bearing me in the park when there was no other human mark, a thought crept my mind. Success was something to which they were all bind. But it is needless to say, not many will be visible a few miles away. Dawn is vivid for people of all flavor. Each of them starts with great vigor. But only some avid ones continue their work with miracle till the time they actually reach the pinnacle.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Chahat. Your interview is over. You may go now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, may I come?
Yes, come in. Sit. So, how was it?
I think, sir, it went well.
When is your interview?
14th March.
14th March. Lot of time is there then. Any other thing where you would like to improve upon your performance?
So with regard to like some of the facts, I would say, like he asked about Madhya Pradesh data and basic things that I think I should know.
And Murshidabad you are not able to recollect. Murshidabad in West Bengal. This is...
Yes, sir.
Lot of time is there for you, so nothing to, by and large, I mean, what we found that your interview was excellent. We will place it in the category of excellent. So you are a young girl, you are Otherwise, whatever you said, there was honesty of purpose in whatever you said. You had the patience to listen to the questions, then pause and then respond. So most of the questions you responded well. Only thing is that your smile is lacking. Yeah, the way you smile, bring some radiance in your face. You're such a good-looking girl. Bring some radiance in your face, so that it adds to your personality.
Yes.
So increase your energy level a bit.
Yes.
You are slow in energy.
Yes.
I don't know why. With such a brilliant academic record, and having come through this process, and at the final stage, why should you not be displaying a high level of energy? I don't understand. So bring that level up.
Yes.
That will add tremendously to your performance. Tremendously to your performance. So that is number one. Energy level, if once it increases, your voice level will also increase along with the energy level. Otherwise, you are very much balanced, very smart girl. So absolutely a good candidate to be a member of civil services. Very good candidate.
Sir, am I speaking very slowly also?
Slightly. We thought that is why you said energy level. Once you increase the energy level, then it will be slightly faster also.
Yes.
So that's what we felt. If it comes naturally to you, don't change it. But if a little bit of answers, effort, if you can increase it, it will simply add to your performance.
Yes.
So otherwise, excellent performance. Situational issues, you have reacted by and large well to the situational issues. As you have yourself understood and told us that facts, you have to work on facts. The state, you are from Madhya Pradesh, questions may be asked from your state. Women's issues, child marriage and all, you should just brush up. A lot of time is there for you. But there is no problem as such in your basic performance. Basic performance was very good. If you work on these issues, it will be very good performance. You are a ready material for the civil services.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions from your side?
Sir, like there are some situations in which there is directly the fault of administration. Like to some extent, the case of childcare institutions in Bihar, it was on the part of the administration that they were not active in the regulation of the institutions. Sir, if such a question is posed, then is it okay to criticize administration to some extent?
It is a lack, it is in common, is in public domain now, that because of inefficiencies, inactiveness and your collusion, all these things happened. And an outside agency had to come and inform the government about the ongoings there. So yes, there is a failure of the machinery. The machinery has failed. Administrators are not bad. There are good administrators, there are bad administrators, good politicians, bad politicians. You should not be commenting on the system per se that all politicians are bad, all administrators are bad. Yes, it is one of incidents where this administration did not rise to the occasion which they are expected of them. So that kind of thing, I think you can cover it in that way.
Sir, and one more thing with regard to 10% reservation for economically weaker sections. If I am asked that, was this a political step? Was this a political gimmick?
What do you feel? If I ask you counter question, what do you feel?
Sir, in my opinion, to some extent, the manner in which it was passed, it may look like one, but however, it was a very essential step and it had been raised several times in the past also, so I think it was an important step.
Absolutely fine.
The Supreme Court has also approved it.
Absolutely fine.
Yes.
Absolutely fine. The highest court has also endorsed that. So your statement has to be politically correct. Okay, politically correct when we say, it means that you should not be castigating any particular community. That administrator is bad, politician is bad, this religion is bad, that religion is bad. Just a balanced view. Chalo, all the best. All the best to you.
Thank you.